Hey guys, George and I were about to play a game, and I was decided to show him this game real quick first. And he said, "Well, let's just go ahead and make a recording of it." I'm not sure yet if it's going to be worthwhile. And by the way, yes, that you're seeing me in a white T-shirt, first time. So I was just going to show him this. As I told him, there's nothing particularly interesting, but a few points of interest. We'll see. And some of you can look from the point of view of Fordon. What's that mean? How did that happen so casually? Okay. Okay, I'm the White Stones. All regular stuff. And here, if I'm playing a casual game, I'm just going to respond, right? What's the problem? But if I'm going to be playing Higher Dawn, then I'm going to right away, I'm going to break up the board. I don't want him to be the only one to be able to do interesting things. For instance, if he plays here, that's pretty interesting. The pressure is on me to make sure that doesn't get carried away. Chris mentioned yesterday, he says, well, now the burden's on Black. And I'm like, what? He says, yeah, now Black has to make sure that works well for him. And I never even thought of that perspective. Or even if he plays here, it's like, well, now I have to be concerned about the bottom. But if I play this way, I don't have to be concerned. The board is broken up. George, all sound okay so far?
Yeah, all clear.
Okay. Thumbs up. I just defend. He plays here. Now, one thing about this move, this is not Sente. So I want to point out the perspective of, I get a free move. Hey, I get a free move. There's a perspective here. Instead of responding, I come over here. I get a free move. Now that's not true because I'm missing a move in the bottom left. But this actually is a thing. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. Not Sente. Let's talk about why. Let's say I play here, which I didn't. If he squeezes and I respond, that's the same as him. Looks like this. He plays here. I ignore. It's perfectly fine time to ignore. So that's a for instance. So I have Sente. So once again, I get a free move. This idea of picking up the pace, playing faster, not getting a weak group, but playing faster, you can really get to some big points before he does.
And I guess our 8 stone is a single stone, right? We don't include the other stone in our group.
Right. And just in case people aren't seeing that, let's look at it this way. Oh, wrong button. Just a second. Arrgh. Easy to settle. So easy. I don't need the R5 stone to settle. Okay, so here. Now we see him driving into my other group, which pretty soon will be weak. So I'm really being careful here. Make sure I don't press too far. Okay, time to go back and fix. So I ended up getting my A stone, which in its own right is a nice, big, healthy move. But I also got the 3-3. So I'm picking up the pace here.
And what about not pushing it S13? Because doesn't that last push just hurt our group?
So you're saying just play here now?
Yeah.
Well, the only thing is, if we ask, does that Blackstone hurt our group? No. Heck, I got a whole extension here, right? No, I'm fine. It didn't bother me. Otherwise, I would have stopped. Yeah.
Okay.
And now, that's my discernment of the situation. Yours, you might go, oh, I know what he's talking about, but I disagree. Then you wouldn't push. And that's, yeah.
Yeah.
We all have to be responsible for our own boards. Okay, plays here. Yeah, I'm going to respond. You got it. You got it. Now, stating something obvious here, I wouldn't have told George any of this because he knows it, but now I'm talking to you, audience people. This is a burden. My group is becoming pitiful. As a matter of fact, he can actually kill something if he wants to. Okay, so responding, as obvious it is, dare we say, necessary. Well, what about here? I'm going to live regardless. But if he turns, look at all the weaknesses around here. It's just like all these weak. I've become a group that someone can pick on. It's not something I can trust anymore. So yes, now it's a thick group that I don't care where he honeys now, I'm fine. So that's one of those moves that might not appear so big, but is big. Okay. I thought about coming in here. I'll just say A. I don't mean the A spot, just coming into the A area somehow. And allowing him to turn and then just live on the bottom. Yeah, but then my A group and my B group would both be uncomfortable. Okay, I don't like that. So, next question. Can he take all of area A in one move? No. No. So I extended high deliberately because I want to be able to do this, or I want to be able to do anything. I want that white stone so I have access to the center. So let's say that he then plays here. That's how many open spots? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 14, 6, 8, 30, 36 open spaces. Yeah, that you can't say that that's cash.
And could we say that in a way, D6 is almost akin to approaching a big area before invading?
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. And for those who aren't familiar with that, generally speaking, when you want to invade an area, step one, approach. Okay. He goes this way. Okay. So I haven't looked at this game in a I'm trying to, I think I know where I played. Well, I'm going to click. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So there's a peep here. Well, as it stands, he just kills it in a ladder. So if I can't cut, I want a peep. So here I am asking him, are you going to give me the corner and save the peep? Let's say he says, yeah, corner's yours. Well, I'm not going to take the corner right now. I'm going to peep right now. Take the corner later. So it's a big piece of information. So I ask, he says, no, you can't have the corner. Then a little bit of reading and I cut. He can't kill me. Now there's some reading here. And my reading has never been good. But it's something, if you want to get better at Go, you need to get better at reading. It's, almost a 1-to-1 ratio there. Sorry, and start getting out. Now, there is a lot to say about this position. Let's do a for instance. Let's say he plays here. Oh, but white can't live on the bottom. Well, that doesn't really have a lot to do with anything. Let's say I play here instead. Hey, I'm going to kill you. Well, we just reduced the bottom to third line. That's a big reduction, along with future peeps and such. There's just one can be flexible here. So I thought I'd start here. I think things are going to turn out well. Now, maybe this isn't the right idea. Maybe I should play this first, make him take, and then start getting out, make him come underneath. This feels better. So this is starting to look a little heavy to me. But he went for the kill. And that's kind of silly because now I can just kill. Okay. Q players are going to save the stones. That's just something Q players do. But those 3 stones have no meaning to me at this point. 6, 7 points in double gote. That's in game. So where to? First, let's acknowledge I no longer desire to invade Area 1. I'm not saying it is his cache, but if we were to try to take it away, it would be cost dearly. So make him take it. Kick. Make him take it. Get out. Okay. I like it. Here, we ask, well, what should be happening here? We already know that this is not Sente against our A stone. Well, what's important? He's got that B wall. He can extend. Let's look at it. I defend, he extends. Oh, it's looking perfect. Yeah, I can invade it, but I'm the one who has the difficulty. He has just do anything he wants. It's easy. So instead, I come in, everything's safe, and his wall didn't get an appropriate extension.
Perhaps one thing that might be an idea to keep in mind if black does play at K16 is that white is really strong in the bottom right. So that makes it very easy for white to invade, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So it's quite
the idea that my A group we'll use the word alive, which isn't literally true, but for all, yeah, it's alive. So easy to run, nothing black can do there. Yeah. So now I have to consider the health of my A group. And we know there's lots of profit for everybody in the corner. So those 2 things I want to balance. Area 1 is not something I'm concerned about. He has to add a stone each time he wants to for 6 extra points. So 6 points in gote, I don't care. Take another one, please. So those 2 issues, the profit in the corner and the health of my A stone. Now, a big part of this is the strength of my C group. So kick, jump out, 4th line. I want to really be able to fight here. So now we have the A stones versus the B stone. We both have weak groups. Now, this is better for white for 2 reasons. One, black running, there's no strong black nearby. A is higher than C. Let's make D, I'm sorry, C is higher than D. Let's make D higher. Well, that's a big difference on top. Black can run home more easily. Secondly, black needs to save the A stones. It's a group. I don't need to save the B stone. It's just a stone. I can throw it away or be flexible or anything. So in all ways, it favors white. Comes out. Here, I actually felt at a loss. Like, oh, I don't know what to do. I mean, should I be contacting? Should I kick and get a base? All these ideas. Should I jump? Should I, try peeping? And this is something that happens to me. I'm a cue player at heart, and I can only find higher level moves by thinking them through. And here's an example. I'm just stuck. And I'm like, if this was a real game and I didn't have time, I would flounder here. But I took the time. I think I went and got a cup of coffee or something and came back to, okay, what's the goal? Ah, the goal. Another hour and a half. Okay. That's the wife running to the grocery store. So I was stumped about A because I'm thinking, okay, get A. I'm not sure how much trouble he's in, but I want to get him healthy. And if I can also keep the pressure on the B stone, and I'd really like to, make the area 1 less. So all these things I want to do. That's no way to find a move. You need to find what is the goal and then add on what you can. So what's my goal? Don't get surrounded. Therefore, I'm not going to play here. Behind enemy lines. I need to get out faster. Boom. Now, one reason I didn't like this when I was searching was because of this. Oh, he's getting all those points. I don't want him to get the points. And finally, sanity came. It doesn't matter what Lance wants. It matters what the board wants. Black has every right to get points there. Why do you want to stop him? That's his right. Let him have it. That's his area. So all of a sudden I go, oh, well, then this is obvious. Once I see the goal correctly. George, does that all make sense?
It makes sense. And what about M16? Just to contact the setter?
That was totally something I wanted to do. However he wants to surround here, I'm in trouble. I got no eyes. I'm a cut. Turns out to be pretty weak. And he can do anything he wants here. And it's all bad for me. I thought about this, but still, I'm behind enemy lines without a base. Yeah, I thought about all that and finally realized, oh, and once you think about it, go, well, yeah, but what about this? It doesn't matter. You'll be able to find some form of a rational path, but this is the start to the rational path. Okay. He starts the surround. And here again, this was hard for me. I want to defend my A group. Why? I don't want to lose my points. First, they're not your points, my points. And secondly, the way to lose the game is to try to keep your points. I mean, that's has nothing to do with anything. Let it go. Oh, but I don't want to get weak. You're saying you think he's going to kill you in one move. I don't think so. That's too much of a statement. So my A group's fine. And I don't care about the points. What I do care about is he's getting closer and closer to this being real good. Right? He just got better on the left. So, boom, let's get this settled. Let's get some shape in here. Oh, I'm seeing an eye. I'm seeing some sente for me. Oh, he can't cut. I made sure that was true. It's a ladder that favors. There's the ladder and it favors white. Okay, can't be cut. I'm getting thickness. Totally lessened him all over. And now I'm getting strong enough that this cut's starting to mean something. Most in particular, now that I have A, he can't go home there. I just recently got A. Before that, I wanted to attack him. I couldn't because I didn't. He could go home. Now he can't go home. So it's all starting to get good for white here. You bet. And here, more concern. But so one thing I constantly do as a Go teacher, most of you know I've been teaching Go for 38.5 years. Almost 39, almost 40. Okay. And the idea of going through the process, that's how you start to find good moves that you never would find. Right? If we fly in a couple of people from out of state and say, one of them's Tinku, and we say, hey, Tinku, where's your black plate? What's he going to do? He's going to put down a Tinku move. Now, I know that sounds stupid. Why would you say such a thing? Because that's what people tend to do, is they put down whatever they're familiar with. If I were to do that, I'd probably be playing at a 3 or 4 down level. But instead I go, wait, there's a process. I can play above my level by simply thinking through. Okay, so how's my A group? Perfectly fine, nice and thick. How's my B group? Well, I find myself emotionally sad because I don't have any points there, and I'm actually behind enemy lines, but I have enough space I control that there's no way I'm going to die. So I'm fine. Okay, how's black? Well, I think black has 2 problems. He has 2 groups here. Neither one has any eyes. And the latter works for me. Oh, I never would have found such a move without going through the process. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now I'm going to be playing one of these moves. These are all getting out moves. I pressed on the stronger one. So as it lives, I kill the weaker. That's a standard practice, the leaning attack, it's called, for those of you who don't know. If I lean the other way, oops, sorry. I think there's a real good chance he can live here. So that's why I went this way. Hopefully that makes sense. George, does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Gee, what should I do? There's no question. Kill that group. Oh, just peep, then make sure you're alive. Yep. You can't get out. Can't get out. Can't cut me. Surround is a basic pattern. The loose net, I think it's called. Okay. Notice the Atari coming up here. It's a very big move. Okay. My first thought defend the A group, start attacking B. And it actually took me a surprising amount of time to realize that my C stones are the real ones that are totally behind enemy lines. They can die quickly. Once I saw it, I go, oh gosh, my A group has loads of liberties. It's got the Atari, it's got all these liberties. So just get out. And I'm sure A would be enough. We'll make sure that's not my wife needing something. No. A might be enough. But there are other considerations. You see the bottom growing so well. And my move can't be cut, so why not? And then I start this whole process. I get stronger. Threaten, Atari, stop the snapback. There was a snapback there. So black has very few liberties. Sorry. Now here, I almost went this way because of the Aji in the upper right. Then I realized, well, that's silly. Just get the main job done. Just some little things it's trying. It won't work. So if we ask, how many liberties does the A group have? 2. 1, 2. Well, if he fixes, then it's 1, 2. And if he fixes, then it's 1, 2. So anytime he saves, it just keeps it at 2, keeps it at 2. If that made any sense. George, did that make sense?
Not quite, but I think the way, maybe just a way of saying the same thing, but yeah, if we play that Atari and then play the other Atari,
then
black
he's
has
got to
2
save.
liberties.
Sorry?
Yeah.
If he
Exactly,
doesn't save, then everything of mine is alive.
Yeah.
Atari. So 2 liberties. 1,
Sure.
then capture. Once I realize that, then I go, gosh, I can do anything I want. I can ignore. I have loads of liberties. He has 2. Then clean up my corner. Okay, so here, game over, right? Yes, game over. But our opponents don't go, you know, you're right, I think I'll just resign. No, they keep playing and they end up winning shockingly amount because we start backing off and we think this, and it's like, how did they win? Because you stopped playing the game. So I made sure, okay, stay in the game, clean up my corner.
What about, couldn't black squeeze you from the outside, the G12 stones? So I think I might think about defending that group.
G12.
Well, yeah, the G12 stones, because if black somehow gets a squeeze there, then it's going to help with black's group on the left. And I guess if we do play a move around there to prevent the squeeze, then suddenly black's group at E11 is
the A group?
almost dying. Yeah.
Oh, certainly the A group is part of the equation, and the A group is really quite weak. But since the entire B group is weak, that's why we're just ahead. Now, before I go attacking the A group, I'm going to start by defending my C group. I feel very uncomfortable with my C group.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think, so black, so perhaps we can play this way. True. But this really bothers me. I'm not even sure I'm alive. I'm going to start securing my corner, and it's big. I don't care if he lives with his group or not. This is a move
I
that
think
totally secures everything. What's that?
yeah, I think my concern was more that black might be able to cut off the J9 stone in Sente because of the lack of liberties of that white group.
I don't see how.
But yeah, yeah.
Now, if we move this down one, then we have the crane.
Yeah.
So if black plays this and ignores and then plays here and we ignore,
Yeah.
then it's a crane's nest. But as long as we have this, it's not even that.
Sure.
Does that answer it enough?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. He comes in. I want to make sure it's all nice and tidy. My life is the only real thing I'm concerned about here. You bet. I connected this way because I have real eyes on his A stick, the 4 stones there on the F line. They're far from home. I'm getting close. I'm thick enough I can start peeping. And this starts surrounding that A group. And it also starts surrounding the B group more too. And there's definitely some things I can do here that are really nasty looking. I'm not ready, just one thing at a time. I fix, goes there. I'm just getting out. That's all I'm doing. I want to make sure I have liberties as I start. Well, why don't I start peeping? All I need is 2 liberties. So I don't care if he starts attacking me. I'll just split you. Atari and Atari. Oh, walk on in. Doesn't work. Thank you very much. Okay, sure, I'll fix. Sure. Oh, connect first. Atari. Capture. Out. Double Atari. Now, I needed to read that out because I'm using up my liberties, and that can sneak up on you. But I knew I could kill something and get all the liberties in the world. This is really good on the bottom. And I don't need that cutting stone. Instead, I have 1 eye. That's 1, 2. So I just live. I know when you have to take the group on top, which is only 2 points loss if I have to take. He tries something. No, thank you. These are all little known sequences. Nope. 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 This surprised me. I didn't even see it. As a matter of fact, this time playing through, I didn't even see it. Where'd that Atari come from? Atari, capture, Phil, and he resigns. There's just nothing left. So in this game, it was mostly a matter of getting past my initial reaction and getting to actually think about the moves. Any questions, George?
No, that's great. Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, everybody. Hope it was interesting, and drop on by, ask questions. Okay, catch you. Bye.